Okay, so we're going to put everything together. This is going to be great. We're going to use all our weapons that we have. Our goal is obviously to graph this polynomial function, and this is section 3.4. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our rational zero theorem, and we're going to say, what are the possible zeros of this polynomial? They are, as you know, of the form p over q. P is the factors of 12, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6. Nice. Plus or minus 12. Luckily, the leading coefficient is a 1 here. So take all these numbers, divide them by 1. So the first thing we need to do is find 1, 0. So we're going to do some synthetic division. We have a 1, a negative 1, a negative 13, a positive 1, and a 12. Now I haven't done this one ahead of time, so we're just going to go after it. Always start with the easiest one. Let's pray that 1 works. So we bring a 1 down. 1 times 1 is 1. That gives us 0. 1 times 0, 0. Negative 13. 1 times negative 13 is negative 13. 1 plus negative 13 is negative 12. This looks nice. 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. We've got 0. So that was a 4th degree. Now it's a 3rd degree. So we need another 0. We could be greedy and see if 1 works. It could be a double root. I haven't tried it. Let's go for it. Bring a 1 down. 1 times 1 is 1. Sorry. Bring the 1 down. 1 times 1 is 1. Add 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 13 plus 1 is negative 12. 1 times negative 12, negative 24. That doesn't work. But it makes me think maybe negative 1 would work. That's a possible 0. So 1, negative 13. Sorry, I'm looking at this, but which it would work if it was negative 1, but let's use the easier form of it. The simplified version, sorry. Should have redone this one beforehand, but let's keep going, like in real time. Let's try negative 1. Bring a 1 down. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. We've got negative 12. Negative 12 times 1. Negative 12 times negative 1 is positive 12. So now this is beautiful. We're left with something. This is x squared minus x minus 12 equals 0. And this will factor nicely. X and x. Now, if you look, you've got a negative 1 here, and it has to equal 12. So negative 4, positive 3 will give you the required factoring. So this gives you a 0 of x equals 4. This gives you a 0, x equals negative 3. You put a 4 in here. 4 minus 4 is 0 times whatever gives you 0. Put a negative 3 in here. Okay? So your zeros, we've got our zeros. Our zeros are at 1, negative 1, negative 3, positive 4. Let's go up here. What's the end behavior of our graph? It's x to the 4th. That's even, so that means our graph increases on both sides. Nice. And these zeros all have a multiplicity of 1, so the graph is going to go down through. Now, what I told you before in a previous video, we don't know how far down, but we know it goes down and it must go back up. Similarly here, this goes down and has to go back up. What else can we get? We can get the y-intercept. So you can plug x equals 0 into this function. This would be 0, 0, 0, 0, and 12. So this is 10, 11, 12. The graph will go up here to 12, turn around, go down to here. That's a pretty good picture for it. So I think that's pretty good. There you have it.